bridge is burned. I'm fine leaking stuff. You've had this evidence available to you, and you ignored it. The joke is right there.
What am I supposed to do?
Can I fucking finish, Tommy? Dude. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Who the fuck has been telling him that? All right?
No, I'll do whatever I like, actually. I'll do it.
Has anyone else seen this targeted character assassination of me? Huh? I'm sure you have, okay? Just for the avoidance of doubt, okay? Just so everybody knows I have been fair. Shown the full context. They tried to set me up. But apparently, I bet you can't even fucking see it on the stream. I can barely see it here on a fucking desktop, right? Covering the bottom sixth of the fucking screen. Avoid this one critical logic orbiter mistake at all costs. But what mistake did I make? Let's see. Let's see. Because we had a call.
This is a good one. I think somebody tried to set me up. Well, no, I'm actually kind of sure of it now. But
what?
I got to add some context to this call.
Okay, you do need to add some context. I called into Tommy C yesterday. He was around. I think somebody like atted me. I was like, oh, you know, may as well call in now. Fair play. Sounds good. All right. So I did. Okay, this is something that everybody has been telling me. Everybody has watched it. You were way too nice. But the problem is, I basically ask what his problem is with me, or if he has a problem with me. And he won't say anything. What am I supposed to do? Anyway, we'll see. How exactly have I set you up, mate?
Well, because it's pretty funny. I think you're going to enjoy it. I got to take you back a couple weeks.
Listen.
A break.
Okay. Just to preface before I watch this, okay? Especially if Tommy thinks I'm setting him up, okay? No jokes about him and Kel. There will be no jokes about him and Kel. No jokes about him and women in general, okay? I'm not trying to set this man up. I'm not trying to destroy this man, okay? So we're going to keep the jokes to a fucking minimum, all right?
I think there's a part of me that wants to say that all YouTubers, like even Nick and Chud, probably should give back. I'm wrong. Because what happens is you usually give birth to a Frankenstein if you're really unlucky. Not that everybody I've done interviews with did that happen to. But this did seem to create a monster of all its own. So I do this interview. I don't think too much of it. And around the time that my internet went off, or between the time that I did the interview and when my internet went off, or I was trying to get the Starlink back up, Kel becomes a bit of a celebrity.
Oh my God.
She's pretty much everywhere.
Starts at 10th. Literally, half of this video is a preamble just to... Oh my God. You know you've done well. You know you've done well in a conversation. When you upload the call, you have to spend almost the duration of the call explaining to people how you've been set up. Jesus Christ.
Everybody streams, she's talking with everybody, she's in Discords, and she clearly has no...
Well, no, he doesn't name David. He fucking names me. Apparently I'm a chuttada logic orbiter.
What she's doing. And she is coming off like a bit of a social climber. Sorry, Kel, that's the case. You might be social climbing. So, is that my problem? No, it's not my problem at all. Kel can do whatever Kel wants. Now, while I think there's some apprehension when you come into a space like this, because you have a lot of nerdy guys and girls can...
To be clear, all right. No, I agree with Tommy. It's not his deal, okay? The only reason he got roped into this discussion with me, and the only reason why I wanted a discussion with him, is because she brought me up in the course of them talking about it. And he kind of made, you know, some allusions to, you know, the people who she's interacting with. And the conversation was leading on and specifically referencing the interview I did with Kel. So I thought, okay, let's clear this up. And I did go a little bit schizo when I first reviewed it. Okay.
can move up quicker because they're charming and beautiful, and they got boobies. And I think a lot of guys and girls can move up quicker because they're charming and beautiful, and they got
commentary.
boobies. And I think a lot of guys that have no chance to touch boobies resent that, and it kind
I don't think that's even true in commentary. I feel like it's really, really hard to get credibility as a woman in commentary, but okay.
of came out in this particular way. So she decides to subject herself for reasons I don't know after an incident, a Legoland incident, where she flew.
Is that what we're calling it now? The Legoland incident. The date that must only be referred to as the Legoland incident.
To California to meet with this moron, this community moron we know as Colton. And I guess it didn't know well because as soon as Colton landed, she made it abundantly clear that he was in the friend zone.
Okay.
Just so he wouldn't get any ideas. Is this my problem? No. So
No.
that
I
further
didn't make it his problem.
aggravated
To be clear,
the incel part of the community. So she decides to...
To be clear, I have not made it his problem, okay? To be clear, I've argued with Colton directly about this stuff. Okay?
Subject herself to this, according to Dickers, 5-hour interview. This minor drop.
Okay, fuck. I'm getting out the fucking Word document. That's not what I said. I said we streamed together. The interview, I literally saying this. The interview was like 90 minutes. But we streamed together for like 5 hours. That is what I said. It was not a 5-hour interview. I explained to him what happened in this fucking conversation. Has he ignored it already? Has he forgotten it already? Is he actually waterbrained?
Drama that Chud touched on, I think Larry's touched on, has become a major event for those who want to be bigger drama YouTubers. In this particular thing...
It's not really a big event. I've made like one video on it. And that was just the interview I did. It's not a big event. I should have denied wanting to be a bigger drama YouTuber there, shouldn't I? That would have been dishonest. That would have been dishonest. Okay.
She basically got piled on. And everybody got all their frustrations out of bubbly old Kel. You know, the type of YouTuber that they hate, that they don't want. They got back at her, right? And, well, something. It developed this.
Like,
Okay. It did not develop this. It did not develop this, okay? I messaged Tommy to clarify this today, and so far, he's not got back to me, okay? And I put it in his server, just in case he didn't get back to me. I had no involvement in the creation of this clip. This clip was made before I streamed, okay? It got sent to me. It's a funny clip, so I pulled it up. And also, people in Tommy's fucking server saying like, what? Supposed to be a joke to call Tommy a paedophile? It's supposed to be a joke to call Tommy a Yes, it is. It is. Sorry. It's funny sometimes to joke that people are paedophiles. Is that not... Thing is, Kinetic Hell has got DMs with all these men, right? Tommy has made jokes about how he's a little bit of a creep. He's made a little bit of joke out of it himself, right? So, the fact that you can tie a Kinetic Kel voice line... Oh. Why am I even explaining it? Why am I even explaining it? You be the judge.
Into it.
Oh, did you really?
I serenaded her.
She's a pretty girl.
What?
I'm not going to say she's not a pretty girl. She's definitely my type.
Yeah, I'm 14, and he randomly sent me his dick over Discord.
So Kel's conversation produced...
This is the guy who calls me a pussy. We haven't got there yet. This is the guy who's calling me a pussy. Why is he even paying attention to this? Nobody is taking this seriously. Okay.
I only met Kel in November or whenever the hell I did the interview. I think she's around 23, so when she's 14, it was 9 years ago, so she wasn't talking about me. I'm not sure what she was talking about because I didn't watch the interview. I only got clips and
Didn't even watch the interview. Didn't even watch the interview. So he didn't even watch the interview to know that this is not from the fucking interview. I mean, it's fine if he doesn't watch it, right? But then I don't know why he's getting these. Isn't he supposed to have a fucking research team? Isn't this where Nick came from? Part of Tommy C's research streams? No? I mean, you could literally go and find the clip where I pull it up. That is part of the stream.
the lowdown from Jeannie. And when I realized the person that called in, and we're going to get to him, believe me, was kind of a part of that crew, or at least that's what I thought. I wasn't 100% sure.
Part of that crew? The crew who made the clip? One sec, I wasn't 100% sure. I found out that guy was part of that crew.
There's a whole crew of Chud guys that don't particularly like me. I think Queeman was just a couple weeks ago running to Chud, and I guess trying to get him to disparage me by something I said about.
How is he tying this to me? How is he tying this to me? I don't understand. The gang, the boys, the posse, the massive. All my homies hate Tommy C. I like Tommy C. I'm talking to him in the call and being nice to him. Because I sometimes watch his content. I'm alright with the guy.
I think Aiden was involved too. Something I said about Slasher, which was correct. Slasher's a creep. And that didn't
How has all of this drama been roped into this, I guess?
work. And then there was this sort of effort when the whole Legoland incident went down. They did a background lookup on Kel. They realized that I did an interview, and then it was a mission to make
A background lookup on Kel. Just go to her fucking channel. Just go to her fucking channel. Also, she talks about Tommy C a shit ton. She said that they were like friends or whatever. No?
me look like a creep. And then it just got into straight up editing out of context because it was a joke. I mean, got him, whatever. So I've got these guys.
I did no editing. And it was a joke. So far as I'm aware, I think it was David who made the clip. I'm not 100% sure because he's like dead now. Or I don't know if listen. I've got no idea who this group is. Okay, I've got no clue who this cabal is that's organising against Tommy. All right, but I'm clearly not that well connected.
Guys that seriously hate my guts. Now, in between all this, Kel had called Jeannie crying her eyes out. I guess I'm assuming because of that clip. And yeah, she wasn't happy. She apologized to me profusely. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little aggravated with her. I don't know why she didn't know better, but I guess we all got to learn our own way.
Okay, I'm not familiar with this. Okay, I'm not familiar with this. What I am familiar with, and fuck it, I don't give a shit. The bridge is burned. I'm fine leaking stuff. Okay, what I am familiar with, about the same time that this stuff started getting really hot. Okay, I think it was before my interview though, right? It was before my interview actually, because I used this as a fucking talking point to argue on behalf of Kel. So that's how I know it's before the interview, right? Matt Pitt and Tommy C message her when this stuff starts popping off, the debates and stuff, back when Chud reviewed it or whatever, right? And they're saying, why is my name getting brought up? Why am I being referenced in connection to this? Do I need to be like concerned about this? That's why I think that's why the call happened, right? Because Tommy C messaged her and basically was like, is there something I need to be worried about here?
I haven't handled this internet thing perfectly at all times, especially when I first started. Whatever. Yeah, there's a real effort to make me look like I'm being inappropriate to my wife.
Let's remember, he thinks that I am part of all of this, and I've got no idea why.
Guy me out, and they all run to Daddy Chud, and it just hasn't worked.
How have
I
ran to Daddy Chud? Oh my god.
Good luck. So, Kel calls me.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I should have pre-watched this, okay? Because it references me. It's talking about me. I didn't. I had no idea this video was this insane. He's talking just like Flam. Listen. Okay, stop. Stop with the references to prior lolcows, okay? Stop with the references to prior lolcows. I don't want to feed into this idea that I'm trying to, like lolcow Tommy C, okay? I like Tommy C. You'll see in a second how pleasant I was with Tommy C.
Apologizes publicly on my stream, and I make the comments like, look, you gotta do background check when you deal with these people, right? And that call ends, and then I get a flurry in my Discord, and this guy Dickers, who was mad because I said they should do a background check.
I know that, along with other comments, I thought there was a clear insinuation, and so I was mad because I thought there was he was casting aspersions on me. Okay, that is what I thought at the time. Then afterwards, did kind of chill. Okay, to be fair, I was maybe a little bit heated. Okay, I said, whoa. Did Tommy just talk about me? Whoa. Did Tommy just talk about the interview I did with Kel and say she needed to do a quote do a background check on me, right? And then I think because I'm trying to call in, okay, maybe that was a little bit insane. Somebody replies to me, and then I say, disappointing he's willing to throw shade at the end of his stream, but then refuse to talk 2 minutes later. Somebody replies to me, says, wish casting. I said, I don't know what you mean. Yeah, and then I just say, I don't think Tommy's going to talk. I've messaged Jamie, blah, 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 right? And that's the last message I sent. So I sent, even talking about it, or saying that I was annoyed. 1, 2. Maybe 3. And then one was in reply to another comment, and then, to be fair. For the Tommy C Discord, that may be a flurry of messages. Okay, I apologize. I forgot it's got like 10 fucking viewers.
That Kel should do a background check. And all I was saying is, you got to check things out. But it looked to me like he was trying to turn it into that I was calling him some kind of deviant.
I clarify in the call. No. Now, I will be honest. And I'm going to be consistent as well. Pedophile jokes are funny. Okay? I may have joked, is he trying to call me a pedo? As a joke. Okay? I might have said that as a joke. But no, I was not trying to turn it into me claiming that Tommy's trying to call me a fucking pedophile.
And
okay.
I was a little suspicious. That clip was made by one of those guys that really hate my guts.
One of those guys.
Not Queeman, but one of the guys that really hates my guts. So I'm thinking,
he knows enough to know it's not Queeman.
He's kind of part of that crew. I talked to Gene. He's like, I don't know if he is or not, but he did try to do his best with this situation. He just really sucks. He just sucks. He sucks at his job. And Kel was stupid for going over there. So
it's not my job. Also, was that I don't even know. That might have been like my 5th, 4th stream, something like that.
No conspiracy. So, but I'll be honest with you. I was a little suspicious. So Dickers gets a hold of me and says he wants to talk to me. He's demanding to talk to me. It's like, look, just call me during.
Okay. To be fair, I will take that. Okay. Having read them back now, I can understand why. I never sent a message like, you know, you've got to call me right now. Call me right now. I'm calling you. Whatever. Right. Maybe if I say like, bit annoying that he's willing to throw shade at the end of his stream, but then he won't have a two-minute call. Maybe that was a little bit. Maybe I needed to cool it down a little bit.
During open phones. There you go. Call me. That's it. Call me during open phones. And I figured to myself, well, I'll be fair. I won't go down the conspiracy route. I'll just.
You already have. I'm part of the gang. I'm the leader of the gang.
Take it out as it comes. I don't know if he's connected to those guys or not. I'm pretty sure at some level he was, because he actually made a reference that I actually didn't hear at the time of it happening.
Right.
To that joke, that clip. So now I'm like, now looking back with hindsight, I'm like super suspicious.
What you seem to. What? Ooh, that is like. I thought that he knew. Just flick through it and look at the stream. I'm fairly sure there might be a chapter in there literally just called like Kel talks about Tommy C. I do reference the clip. It's a joke. It's a joke. On Discord when they're 14, okay? Don't be calling me a fucking terrible person. Don't you be talking about fucking background checks, all right?
No, not at the time I'd heard.
Totally edited out, because then I wait for his response. And then I laugh, because he doesn't say anything.
Something completely different. And then he goes on to say he was joking. So I was like, oh, maybe it's just a bad joke. Yeah, joke that fell flat. It's only when I went back and actually edited this sucker when I realized, oh, he's making a reference, and you know, a bunch of guys that are kind of shoehorn me into being a legit creep rather than some of the fun stuff we get to do on love phones. So yeah,
I'm not trying to. If I was bringing that up genuinely, it was. You can see. Okay, has he even watched my fucking perspective? 1 second.
There's another interesting thing that happened with Dickers prior to this. I had a like, as I do sometimes.
Okay, I'm completely unfamiliar with what he's about to say. I should have pre-watched this.
I'll, you know, the VC is paywalled, and I'll say, hey, does anybody want to have a chat? I'm bored. Let's go hang out. And Vickers writes me in the main chat, and he asks, are you streaming live? Which I thought was a really bizarre question. So that should have.
Well, no, he said I think people were telling me to go. He was going to the after show, right? So I just said, like, oh, are you streaming somewhere? Maybe on, like, a different channel. Or, like, yeah.
Would tip off that old Dickers had a plan. And when he actually called in, he was streaming. It seems to be planned, a planned stream, because, you know, he had the old water brain boomer corner, and he was going to get him. He just didn't.
I did, to be... Why not just watch my perspective? Why not just watch my perspective? This could all be cleared up if he just watched the stream when I went over it. Oh my god. Okay, I've got to put up 2 streams right now.
Think about what he was going to do. I mean, I got to be honest with the stuff with, I guess, trying to get Chud to condemn me. It really couldn't be more obvious.
What did I... Trying to get Chud to condemn him? When did I do that? See, I understand if he's talking earlier about, like, the group. The gang, right? And now he's moving to talking about me. Trying to get Chud to condemn him. I've got no issues with Tommy.
Obvious if they just like let me an email to let me know they were doing it. So he thought he had water brain underwater, and it didn't go his way. And I think the biggest reason it didn't go his way is because you know, I asked Jenny, is like, hey, is he one of those creeps that's kind of like trying to play me off to be you know, sort of a PDF file?
Fuck, wrong one.
And she's like, I don't think so, but he's definitely kind of hanging around that. He's trying to become a content creator. And I said, well, okay, if he ever does call in, then I'll be fair. I'll hear him out. And that that actually probably was the biggest thing to come backfire in face, because I couldn't think to myself, like, what could this guy possibly be mad at? I didn't like the stream. Yeah, he was trying to make it seem like I had crossed the line, which has been a repeated thing.
What? Oh wait, cross the line with Kel?
On Chubb's cast, especially when I didn't have internet, to try to get him to condemn me and say I crossed the line, whatever Chubb says, it really wouldn't matter all that much. Anyway, I'm sure
I've made myself
he would be
perfect.
fair. So here's the call. Kind of bit an L for Dickers. It was a lot of fun to make. Even his chat didn't think it went very well.
He seems to think that I'm some kind of incel. Yeah, I totally had this guy wrong. Lol, 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 lol. So, has he flipped on this? I don't know. Did you have me right or wrong? I've got no fucking idea. What does he mean? I thought he was referencing the fact that I'm like I'm not an incel, because it's clearly like I've got like, you know, women in the chat. I don't know. Sending the most cryptic fucking messages. Anyway.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Again, this was an L for me. This was an L for me. I haven't posted this and had to do like a 10-minute fucking preface. What is going on?
And here it is.
To be clear, okay? So who am I? Let's see. Because Tommy's primed it, okay? I am going to fucking take this into account, okay? Because this is the fucking preface to this, okay? I'm going to take this into account. So what am I? Okay? I interviewed Kel for 5 hours. Not true. I did a pylon with her. I was part of that crew, and I was trying to turn it into him calling me a paedophile. And also I'm trying to call him a paedophile. And also I'm trying to get Chud to disavow him. And I'm also trying to... Okay. So this is the guy he's confronting. Let's see what this bloodthirsty individual is about to say.
All right. Let's put Dicker's been trying to get a hold of me for days. I'm going to put him in. Dickers, you're on the air. Go ahead. Open phones.
How's it going, big man? You're right.
Yep. What's up?
That's a lovely, nice intro. How's it going, big man? You're right.
What's you?
So, there was a call that you had with Kinetic Cal a little time ago, right?
Yeah, it was really a stream. It was really an interview.
Okay. Now I do feel bad because I didn't realize he had like all of this in the background, right? So when he kind of stumbles and stutters there, he feels a little bit nervous. The energy. I didn't realize. I didn't get that at all. I was just trying to, you know. Yeah. No. I mean the when she called to your stream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was on the stream.
My name got brought up. The interview that I did with Kel got brought up.
The interview got your name never got brought. Your name never got brought up.
This man denies being water-brained, by the way. Listen, okay. Let me just say, I've got no issues with Tommy C. I think he's got the complete wrong end of the stick with all of this. I was referenced. I correct him in a second. I was referenced by Kel, right? But
I didn't know who you were until you wrote me afterwards. Your name is not ever. It never exited my mouth.
Okay, that might be true. Because he had to ask. Yeah, he had to ask Ginny. Okay.
It's probably irrelevant, but it never came out of my mouth. Go ahead.
No, to be fair, that adds context. Okay.
Okay.
But then there's a comment that was made by yourself that she should be careful. Yeah, I'm trying to choose my words carefully. I'm trying not to like, you said this, you said that. there was a comment made by yourself, right? About who she lets interview her.
Yeah.
And then there were other comments associated with some of that about people being nasty, people just wanting to milk her for tears, you know, on and on and on. So I was just thought kind of how much of those comments were directed at me. It sounds like from what you're saying.
I didn't even know how.
Here we are. To clarify, I'm not even accusing him. I'm saying, let's be open. Let's be open, okay? Just how many of those comments were like directed to me? I just wasn't sure. Huh? This is the guy who's trying to like destroy you.
Well, obviously none, because I didn't know it was. But yeah, I think my exact.
Fuck. I should say actually. I said Kinetic Kel was on stream for 5 hours. Yes, I did. The interview was not 5 hours, and I say that in the stream. Retard. Anyway. Sol Skibbity is trying to get a hold of Tommy C. Desperately, okay? Desperately. I'll just copy and paste what the message he sent to Tommy. Now, I read out mine. I read out mine earlier. This is Sol Skibbity's message, okay? Hi, Tommy. How are you doing, man? Comma. I was very well known with Kinetic Kel. Wow. I don't know if Sol Skibbity's ever been very well known, but we'll let that pass. I'm sure you've seen my role in the Dickers interview. Who hasn't? You've got a couple things wrong in your video. It was a live stream. Kinetic Kel did tell Colton she wanted to be friends, but she also went back and continued to flirt with him multiple times. ... Obviously, I know that's a minor criticism, but it paints Colton in a bad light. It paints Colton in a bad light. Also, your framing of Kel, making her out to be some girl who doesn't know better, is abhorrent. She made a YouTube short insinuating certain creators were PDF files. She has done multiple things that are abhorrently wrong. Do you even know what happened with Kel? Or are you just offending her for what reason? Any answer to these questions would be appreciated, as I'm trying to understand your stance on this whole situation. Also, what X6217X did with your clip shopping it around to your fans, I do not agree with. But yeah, any response would be appreciated. I'm not trying to attack you with this message. I'm just curious and would like to clear stuff up. Have a good night regardless. Okay? To be clear, I have nothing to do with this, okay? I have nothing to do with this. And so far as I'm aware, I mean, the only time that Chud Logic has brought up Soul is to, like, address whether Soul was skinwalking Chud, right? This is the only time he's ever talked about him. He has to come on the stream tonight to talk about this. Because he was in, like, the original drama. I think there was the original drama with Kel, okay? There was the subsequent interview, and there's now this Tommy C thing. But this drama is just between the call between me and Tommy C. So, you know. So I'm not trying to dogpile him. I'm not trying to send stuff his way. And even before watching this, okay, I said in the server earlier, I'm just a bit worried that this Soul call is going to get painted into, like, I'm sending people to, like, harass him. But he put this in his server. He sent it in DMs as well. That's a lot of text. That's a lot of text. Right? I just want to make it clear. This is not coming from me. Soul is doing this of his own volition. Okay? I've not encouraged it. In fact, I've kind of half shit talked it in my server. Alright? There we go.
Backwards was do a background check.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to do a background check when you're going to deal with a situation like this instead of getting teased and with for, like, was it 3 hours you ran the stream?
To be fair, now, the VOD did get cut up, okay? Through
How long was she on
unrelated
stream?
reasons.
How long was she on stream?
We were streaming together. Might have been, well, all in all, I think it may have been 5 hours.
5 hours?
At the end.
5 hours?
Whoa. What did I say? When he starts screaming like a banshee? Well, all in all, I think it may have been 5 hours.
5 hours?
At the end.
5 hours?
With the call at the end, is what I say. We were streaming together, dude. We were streaming together, alright? Yeah, we were streaming together. Here, Tommy C. Okay. And then we have the thing at the end. Okay? Tommy. But this is the guy trying to destroy Tommy C. I'm laughing along with him.
Complaining about.
Hold on. Okay. Why? I had fucking content prepared for us to do like reactions to. Yeah, and then I'm explaining because he's shouting over me. I don't care. Okay, you're lying without doing it. He's not lying. He doesn't realize it. You are wrong.
But do I have to like it? Dude. Do I have to like it?
No. It's not that I brought her on for people to fucking interview her and harass her and da-da-da.
Oh, that's what happened, and you didn't. It's not like you stopped it.
Let me finish. I feel like fucking Bowplex right now. Literally, I can't fucking finish a sentence right now. No wonder he thinks I was on for like 5 hours with her, fucking berating her. He wouldn't let me say anything else. Hold on. Unironically me right now.
But
How did I manage to stumble on that? Fuck. There we are. First try, somehow. That was me right there.
When it was happening. Hey, look, you can do that all you want. I just think it was, I told her, I gave her pretty good advice. Don't do that.
What I'm saying.
You took it personally somehow. I don't know why. I didn't mention your name. I wasn't even sure who you were. Like, who cares? Who cares what I think? I'm an old boomer.
Okay. I don't know if in that moment he's trying to, like, say, oh, isn't that what you people say? Isn't that what you people say? But I just think he's making, like, a self-deprecating joke, so I just kind of laugh along with it. You know?
Okay.
I guess, to be fair...
Did I call you a pedophile? Because that's what your tone sounds like. Did I didn't even call you a bad person?
That's what my tone sounds like. Thing is, it's annoying because I can't get an edge in a word in edgeways. I'm calling into his stream. He's like a bigger guy, right? I don't want to like talk over him. I'm just coming in with like nice, polite
person. But you know what? If you have a 5-hour stream torturing some fucking
wait, do I clarify here?
Poor girl. I think that's fucked up. But
okay.
Hey, look, I'm libertarian about this stuff. Go with people. Go with Bovax. Go with what?
Okay, in that moment, he's saying that I'm a terrible person, right? I think he's joking. I think he's joking. Or he's at least being hyperbolic.
Are you complaining about?
Okay, the last hour, maybe hour and a half, was people calling in and speaking to her.
Oh,
okay?
only an hour?
Content.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm glad you came on and corrected that.
It's better than 5 fucking hours, you fucking retard. I've been trying to correct that since I first came in. She could leave whenever she wanted.
I'm sure she could.
Every guest.
Do I have to like?
Absolutely could.
Do I have to like that? Look, I told you she was stupid for calling in. I told her she was stupid. I don't have to like it. I think that's fucking gay.
No, I said.
I think it's absolutely. Do I have to like that? Look, I told you she was stupid for calling in. I told her she was stupid. I don't have to like it. I think that's fucking gay. I think it's absolutely fucking gay. But I mean, I really can't. Like, would I do it under the right circumstances and the right person? Yeah, probably. But I mean, she's not even. She's not even a public figure. Like, what are you guys doing?
What do you mean, you guys? To be clear, I think at the time, what did I have? Like 150 subscribers.
Oh,
so I'm
you?
like 10% her size.
Okay. So I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm saying it's fucking gay. Is that all right? Can you do
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying you're a terrible person for doing it. And then he's like, oh, I'm just saying you're being gay. I was like, okay. So I'm just trying to, every time, I'm just trying to like, oh, olive branch, you know, oh, actually, that's not quite, oh, okay, I'm gay. Okay.
Can you deal with that?
And then I go to speak and they go, can you deal with that? I just called you gay, little bro. Huh? Can you deal with that? You weren't around for the COD lobbies, were you? Huh? Modern Warfare 2? Kids these days. I do regularly get accusations about being a homosexual.
I don't care. All right.
And then he's saying he doesn't care. Just every response I get back is immediately fucking dismissed. Fucking interrupted. This is
You know what? I don't care if you're gay. I'm not using it. It's stupid. Is that better? It's stupid.
I said, I'm joking. Tommy, calm down. I'm joking.
If you're gay,
you can hear
I'm
me
not using
vaguely.
it. It's stupid. Is that better? It's stupid.
I'm joking.
It's stupid. It's an inexperience. Whether she has a quarter of your subs or not, I don't really care about that punching. I'll punch down to you. I'll punch up. I'll punch any way I see fit. I'm not even punching at you. I think you're being ridiculous, though. Okay. Can we agree that you're being a little bit ridiculous?
I haven't finished a fucking sentence in this call. Being ridiculous. Oh my god.
That an offhand comment that I said that you really probably shouldn't go on those types of streams because all you're going to do is get abused. Gets turned into your was your art affected by this? Did I disparage your good work? It's fucking
art.
It's YouTube drama. Exactly. Then how could you be offended by what I
only make slop. I'll say. Okay. And you are my piggies, okay? I don't know where he's getting all this from. This is way more heat than I expected. I didn't know if it was just like, you know, maybe I'm being a little bit too, you know, boring or whatever. Or I couldn't tell if he thought I was being boring and he wanted to do like a bit of a more fractious, like, back and forth. Or if he thought I was being impolite, right? So I tried both ways and he didn't like either. Okay, I'm trying to be nice, I'm trying to be polite, and I'm trying to... oh, sorry, I won't interrupt you. And then I try and go for the fractious kind of, you're calling me a terrible person. You sent your dick to a 14-year-old. Neither worked. I don't know what this guy wanted from this. Okay. The reason why I wanted to clarify, is because I wasn't sure how much
you didn't want to clarify. I saw what you wrote in chat. I'm not a fucking moron. You were offended. You were pissed off. In fact, I probably could read your DM.
I was.
What about what?
I mean, you feel free. I was pissed off. This guy is fucking... He's lumping me in with the gang, the crew. I am. Me too, if you'd like.
About what? Okay, I don't need to. You just admitted it.
Dude, yeah, there we are. Listen, the posh, polite British veneer fails after not being able to make a fucking point for 6 minutes straight. It's like, Tommy, can I fucking finish? Oh, dude, just chill out for a second.
No, it's my show. I do whatever I want.
Okay. No, I know, but I'm just saying let me finish, all right? The reason why I was heated is because I went back over the call when I realized that there was something about, you know, doing background checks on who interviews you. And I was like, wait, Tommy's made a lot of comments about, like, these guys who you're interacting with. These guys, right? They hate women, they can't, so I wasn't sure how much of that was directed to me.
None of it, because I didn't know the fuck you are.
And so...
I've only learned...
So none of it was directed to me, so... But he's clearly got an impression of me before I've come in this call.
Okay. Who you are when you DM'd me and they said, then the genie told me that you were the one that interviewed her. Actually, you know what Genie's exact word?
I'll be fair to Tommy, okay? And this is one of the big reasons why I'm not actually heated now. Well, but why I wasn't heated yesterday, right? Is I realised that through all of it, Tommy takes pains not to mention any fucking names, right? He's just trying to give advice during that call. But then when I got the DM, it was, Kel's talking about you right now on Tommy C.
Words were that you probably went in with the best of intentions, but you were absolutely terrible at what you were doing. You failed miserably, and it turned into a fucking blood sport circus. That was what she told me.
Wait, is this Ginny or Genie or whatever? That's fair. That's probably fair. I mean, what can I say? It's like, oh damn. Okay. I mean, that's what your co-host, like moderator, whatever, said. It's like, okay, I suppose that's a fair opinion. I don't know. It maybe did get. I mean, I didn't want the girl to cry, right? So that's what I'm thinking there. It's like, yeah, maybe, probably.
This is like a nothing burger. What are you worried about?
No,
You want to do this? You want to do this shit? You're gonna take some criticism.
And here we are. He said, "This is a nothing burger," and I'm trying to say there. I know. I just want to call and just clarify what you actually meant, or whatever. Yeah, I know. The thing is, right, through that, I'd been targeted from both sides. People were saying I was too nice to her. Other people, I think Cal had said that I was being, like,
to YouTube.
misogynistic, jokingly. Right?
Welcome to YouTube. What are you worried about?
This is why I wanted.
You sound like you're too much of a pussy to do this. I'm gonna be.
I can't finish. That's why I sound like a pussy. Find me one time where I speak and I can finish a fucking sentence. Does this man have fucking unmedicated ADHD? He does have fucking water.
Be honest with you, I don't know if you are. You could be really tough, but you sound like you're too much of a pussy to do this. It's like, yeah, that happens to me every day. Too hard, too soft, too right wing, too left wing. That's normal. What are you telling me? You're telling me shit I already know.
Okay. That's. I mean, and that's me. I'm defeated. Fair.
I mean, am I being unfair to you?
All right. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, because you'd be a pussy if you said yes.
Okay, that would be true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, I just wanted clarification. Okay, just because
I don't know. I didn't know who you were, but I.
I'm getting it. It's probably because it is me, but I'm getting annoyed watching the content now.
Do you think that was a rotten environment? I'll stand by what I said.
I know.
Yeah, it was a rotten environment. That's all I said.
Go on.
I wouldn't have gone on there.
Just everybody who knows her knows me, right? At least in this in this sphere, right? Like, obviously her name's like, that was the biggest kind of like piece of content that she done.
Yeah, for like low-end YouTubers, yeah, like for like up-and-comers like you, I guess.
I'm in the sewers, bro.
I mean, she put herself in a bad situation.
About that.
I actually, oh God, I mean, there is. I mean, he was talking about with Nick. I mean, there is something with, girls coming into this community. And I'm not trying to pull the feminist card here, but there is apprehension of girls like her, and she's friendly and she's bubbly and what have you. It's everything that fucking crowd that was you or not. I don't know if it was you specifically. That hates. That's what they hate about her. And I told her that she doesn't.
Am I about to agree? Yeah, he's just talking
I
at
don't
me
understand
now.
that because she's kind of a normie and she doesn't realize who she's dealing with. And that's exactly whether you intended to or not, that's exactly what you provided.
Yeah.
So I mean, I said do a background check. What do you mean? Do you think I meant like do a background check like on your I meant that literally, like call the police? No, like
no. Listen,
type in a fucking search bar.
Go on.
Yeah, that's all I meant.
Yeah. No, okay, that's fair. It's just as soon as you'd mentioned,
I hate you. I hope you never grow into anything. Is that what you wanted to hear? I don't care, dude. Whatever you want, man.
And Tommy, like I'm playing into it. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be fair. Literally, I'm calling in to ask, what are your concerns? Like, what did you mean when you said this? What did you mean when you said that? Right? And then he says, I don't know who you are. So, okay, cool. That's fair play. You know what? That's fair enough. And then he's making all these fucking things about, like, how the fucking thing went. But then he hasn't watched it. So he has no opinions. But here's his opinions every 5 minutes. Or every 5 seconds. I can't finish a fucking sentence. He's asking me constantly, this is a nothing burger. What are you saying? What are you annoyed about? I can't fucking finish.
You're a terrible person.
Yeah.
You fucking incel virgin. Fucking douchebag, can't get girls.
I can't fucking bitches.
Although it's probably true. Let's talk about you though. Let's
I've
forget.
heard what you send to girls on Discord when they're 14, okay? Don't be calling me a fucking terrible person. Don't you be talking about fucking background checks, alright?
I'll do whatever I like, actually. I'll do exactly what I like. I'll do exactly what I see fit.
That was such a clear joke. That was such a clear joke.
So I mean, I don't care if you're a terrible person or not. All right. So it is, it is. Do what you want, but it seemed kind of rotten to me. But whatever, you guys are doing rotten shit. Somebody called it rotten. Deal with it.
I'm
I have
doing
rotten shit done to me every day.
Fair play.
welcome to fuck. Now let's talk.
Right.
Now I've given you something. You're going to give me something. How are you doing with girls? How things going in your department?
Fine. Yeah, all right.
All right. You got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
How long?
Recently, yeah.
She from Canada or she live in England?
Gosh. England.
England.
About 3 months.
About 3
A
months.
little bit
Maybe 3 months. So do you have to travel to see her? Or?
Literally, I've got no idea what he's talking about during this. No. Kind of.
Discord? Do you travel to Discord? Do you travel your computer?
See, I'm answering his question there, and he fucking interrupts. Oh my god. No, she's not. Oh, dude, she thinks what I do is like super fucking.
So does my wife.
So...
Welcome to YouTube. So how often do you?
Well.
What helping you? How often do you see
keeper.
her? How often do you see her?
How often? Like twice a week?
Oh, good for you. All right. Well, I don't understand why you could, if knowing that, being the ladies' man that you are, I don't know why you couldn't come to terms with the with my synopsis of the situation of the stream. I figure we'd be on the same page, sir.
Because you called me a freakish incel, you cunt. What do you mean? I couldn't come to terms with your synopsis because you said I don't fuck, and Tommy C. I fuck. Look at the channel name, mate. Look at the channel name. Dickers. Who's he dicking? Everyone. Yeah, fair play. No, the only thing was right is I'm in the sewers. Okay, getting criticisms from both sides. I'm saying this now. I couldn't finish before. I gave the fucking energy when I was making 14-year-old Discord jokes, all right? And he went, I can say whatever I want, thank you. Okay. Girthy dickers stay winning. I just, maybe a little bit too sensitive, especially at the start as I was, but yeah. I've kind of, in the subsequent 2 weeks, all right?
Well, stop hanging around those guys that would abuse
Yeah. I've chilled out about it.
All right. Well, don't worry what I say. I'm an old.
Do you know what small commentary
I'm an
is?
old boomer. I'm a creep. I was a small commentator. Of course I do. I got pulled right out. I got really lucky. Yeah. I'm a big creep. Talks dirty to women. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and then Tommy here is just like, okay. Don't care about what I say. Okay. Oh yeah, my wife's the same way as your girlfriend. Da-da-da-da. Right? Chit-chatting. I thought we were chill after this.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't want to monopolize your time, though. I appreciate you accepting the call, then.
All right, well, of course I would. Would anybody call in? Talk to you later, Jackers. Good luck.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Good luck. I thought we were on nice terms. Cheers, man.
Man, the chat really hates that guy.
Dude, I didn't.
Somebody told me that he was going. So I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody told me, but I didn't believe it. I'm not as sure now that he was going to say that, do a background check that he was going to make that I was accusing him of being a sexual deviant. Wow. No, I just said do a background check. Look, Cal brought a lot of that on herself.
Wait, how long does this fucking intro music go on for? Does it fade out for the last minute?
But it's just I don't know. I don't mind people that are aggressive. I don't care that she uses her femininity to gain. It doesn't make a difference to me if you got it. But what happened was she came off like a tryhard, and they all ate her alive on Dicker's Cast.
Yes. So there we are at the end. All right. we're friendly, and then what's he say here?
Did an interview, and when my internet went off, I was trying to get the Starlink back up. Kel,
I know this Stickers guy. I've heard about him. And he's trying to make Chud disown me. He's part of the gang. He's the leader of the gang.
There we go. That's the fucking Tommy C stream. That's the Tommy C stream, alright? That is my response. Listen, even now, I still think there has been a misunderstanding. Confront morale on ripping content. I mean, did he react to it live, or I think he's probably fine. Wait, he's Team Tommy C. Hold on.
that you really probably.
This is a
shouldn't
sad
go on those
display
types
from
of streams,
Deckers,
because
dude.
All you're gonna do is get it.
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Every time I talk to him, I try going nice. He reacts badly to that. I ask him what his problem is. He reacts badly to that. Or he just doesn't react to that. I get aggressive and try and make an aggressive joke. Back to him saying, "You're a terrible person." Is that what you want me to say? You're a terrible person. Joking around. I say, "You can't call me a terrible person. You send your dick to girls on fucking Discord." I can do what I please. I can do it's my bloody show. I can do as I please. Okay. You can? Yeah, sure. Oh my god. It's not a misunderstanding. He doesn't care. It's the issue. It's not that hard. Don't give an inch. Bro. Make him spurg out. I don't dislike the guy. I don't actually... Listen, I don't want him thinking that he's got this cabal, like, coming after him. Trying to be, like, nasty to him. Right? I don't want that. Right? I don't want to be mean to him. I don't want to make him crash out. Yeah, that's true. He already did, and I wasn't trying. Oh, okay, I'm gay. Okay.